I'm Jim.
And I'm Frank.
And I'm Jerry.
And this is the JFJ Conspiracy Podcast, where the shop talk is rock. Episode number 97, gentlemen.
Aye.
Yep. Right off the bat, I want to ask either one of you, have you heard or did you read anything about this feud that was going on last week with Sebastian Bach, Eddie Trunk, and the singer from Falling in Reverse?
Nope.
No, I didn't see that.
Apparently, this band is a new band, Falling in Reverse. I believe that's their name. They had to cancel a show at a festival because their laptops were stolen. And so they had to cancel the whole concert. What ensued after that was Eddie Trunk kind of lambasting the whole thing, but in the meantime saying, here I am watching Aerosmith at their residency, a live band, real music. This is how you do it. And then Sebastian Bach, who always has to have his 2 cents in there, says, you guys are punks. What do you know about rock and roll? You know, remember back in the day, this is how we did it. And well, this got into a fight back and forth. The singer from the band Falling in Reverse says, oh yeah, all live music. That's why Steven Tyler's playing Dream On, then jumps on the piano and the piano's still playing, but it's all live. That's okay.
He
says, Sebastian Bach, it's really sad. You're such an old fart. You know, all of these bands today who used to worship you, now you're insulting a whole generation of bands by saying this. You obviously know nothing about how music works today. Now, of course, Sebastian went back. I'll beat you up. You know how that goes.
Meet me after school.
Right. So here we are, a band who may or may not have tracks on their computer. Could be their lighting show. It could be accompaniment.
That's what I was thinking too. It could be any number of things.
But if you are a professional touring band, and it wasn't just one laptop, it was 2. So I'm thinking maybe it was a backup laptop. But I'm thinking, in 2022, don't you have that stuff backed up on a flash drive, on a external drive? Don't you have somebody taking care of this stuff?
No, I don't know. I would think. Yeah. I would think you would have a guy that's
well,
his job.
Nobody's planning on getting their laptop stolen.
No,
well, that's true.
But to Sebastian's point,
it's sad.
You should be able to get up and play it and sing it.
Right. Well, and that's what he said. If you can't do it, if you can't replicate it, then don't do it. And then this other guy is saying, obviously, you don't know how it works in 2022.
Yeah.
You know,
stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, pops.
Right. So I don't have an opinion either way. Like I said, I
know get off the stage, boomer.
Yeah.
Technology has changed. I understand that, but I don't know that I want to live in a world where I have to have a laptop in order to have a full
show. Yeah.
Well, to their credit, one of your favorite bands, Frank, Spice Girls, I guess had some sort of song on one of their albums that when they were getting ready to go out on tour, and they were specifically asked about that song, you know, how are you going to replicate that live? And they said, we're not. That was all studio.
Right.
There's no way we can do that live.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a lot of bands, even older rock bands, that was kind of how they rolled. You know, Granted, Queen, you know, they use backing tracks with Bohemian Rhapsody or something like that, but it wasn't the whole show. It wasn't a complete concert, and it didn't make
one song.
Right. Yeah. I don't have a problem with backing tracks as far as background vocals. If I know in advance, this is what I'm going to see. Like I said, I'm still pissed off at Paul Stanley and Kiss for what they're trying to portray.
Yeah.
But if you know in advance, hey, we use, and a lot of bands say this, we use backing tracks to give you that full album experience.
Fuller experience. Possible. Yeah. It is what it is, guys.
What are you going to do?
I would rather have the live experience.
Oh, yeah, same here.
I like the sloppy liveness myself, but
me too.
Same.
If I'm told in advance, I'm good with it. I'm okay. Just be honest. That's all. Yeah. That's all I'm asking.
Right. I don't expect them to play note perfect.
Right.
I don't expect the vocals to be perfect every single time. Half the
No.
time, I don't even know they can hear themselves.
Right.
But I mean, stage setups have changed. I mean, they all have monitors in their ears now,
Yeah.
right? They can hear what they're doing.
Now we've all heard the Motley Crue debacles. Now I won't pay to see that because if the singer's not going to bother to learn the words, then why should I bother to pay for it?
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
So that's a little too sloppy.
I remember seeing Van Halen on the Diver Down tour, and when they played, I want to say they did "You Really Got Me" or "Running with the Devil," one of the two. And David Lee Roth totally screwed up the lyrics, and I'm thinking, like, you've been doing this song for more than 5 years now, brother.
Yeah,
you should have this one down by now.
You probably wrote it.
That's
but
or
have you
enough
been
of
on
it.
stage? Songs you play hundreds of times, all of a sudden
you can brain fart.
and it happens.
Yeah. I mean, again,
Guilty.
You've seen the video of Go Back to Kiss, and they're going to play Let Me Go Rock and Roll, and Gene starts singing Rock and Roll All Night. And
oh yeah,
it happens. It's repetition and these things.
Well, it's the human element, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, no laptop, no concert. So
there you go.
The soup Nazi. No concert for you.
No concert for you.
More, please.
Okay. I know we talked in advance. Jim, your mail call did not show up.
My mail call didn't show up.
I happen to have received a couple of things I want to share with you.
You've got mail.
The first is a CD, and it's the original Alice Cooper Band live at the AstroTurf. The album was an actual record store day release, and you can pick it up for $125 if you want.
Oh wow!
Or you can buy
after the show. Yeah,
you can buy the CD with the DVD accompaniment of the show on there, and the making of, and some other things as well
for $12.
Yeah, and sloppy sounding 70s rock and roll.
Excuse me.
You got a bunch of 65, 70-year-old guys playing Alice Cooper Band classics. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. The other thing that I got, and I'll pull out the vinyl first because it's nice and purty.
Oh, yes, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
I like that.
You guys know that I am a McCracken's fan.
Yes, sir.
Canadian punk pop rock band. This is their very first album and first time ever released on vinyl. And it's McCracken's What Came First. So these guys have had a sense of humor about them that has not gone away. Their songs are quirky, short, to the point. Big old lyric sheet came with it as well.
Nice package.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fun album. If you're into the pop punk scene, these guys are really good. So anyways, that's my mail call for right now. I have a few other things coming. And I know hopefully by next episode, number 98, Jim, your stuff will arrive. And maybe before episode 100, Jerry will have a turntable. You just never know what could happen.
You never know. Anything's possible.
That's right.
No, I think I might have an answer there. I was going through some stuff in the spare bedroom, and I think I saw a turntable that's in the box that I have no idea how it got there.
Oh,
but I didn't investigate further. But yeah, let me see what that is, because I know I bought who a couple of them.
Yeah.
So stuff breaks around here.
Yeah.
So, but let me check it out. I was doing something and I saw it, but I was right in the middle of something. So I just go, oh, remember that. And then go back to. So right when you said turntable just now, it popped back in. So
very good.
I'll check that out. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving right along, Jerry, you have some new music for us this week?
Yes, I do, Frank and Jim. It's a band from Seattle, Washington called Car Trouble. And the name of the album is called Car Trouble. And the song Frank's going to spin is called The Ride. And their little caption in quotes is "Power chords for your high desert post prom. We stand Allison, not Claire." I don't know what that means. We have Scott Andrew LaPera on voice, guitars, and bass. We have Nelson Estes on drums and percussion. We have Don Gunn on percussion. And thank you, Scott, for getting back to us. He has this little lead in, guys, if you don't mind. The song, The Ride, that Frank's going to play is, he says, "This was the first Car Trouble song I wrote back in 2012. I had just seen Bob Mould play his Copper Blue record live front to back. And I basically ran home and started writing big guitar songs. And this was the one that tumbled out first. I was also binging on the Sons of Anarchy, which would explain some of the lyrical content. So anyway, again, Scott Andrew, who wrote that, voice, guitars, and bass, Nelson Estes, drums and percussion, Don Gunn, percussion, engineered, mixed by Don Gunn at the office in Seattle, Washington, mastered by Levi Seitz at Black Belt Mastering in Seattle. And then the cover and single art by Scott Andrews, who wrote the song, etc. But yeah, the name of the band is Car Trouble. You can find them at cartroublemusic.com. And that will lead you to all social media, cartroublemusic.com. And yeah, spin it, Frank, the ride.
Always take the unpaved road, although it takes a little longer. 'Cause you might find yourself a friend along the way. Be always free to speak your mind and never doubt that you belong here. Conscience is a debt we never can repay. One end to the other, who knows what will uncover. Blue skies up above you, heed the highway when it calls you. Never fear to show some skin, 'cause we all need a little cover. And every one of us has been tattooed by the sun. And always keep faith in the ride, you'll never find a better lover. There's no standing still when you're born to run. One end to the other, who knows what will uncover. Blue skies up above you, heed the highway when it calls you. One end to the other, who knows what will uncover. Blue skies up above you, heed the highway when it calls you. One end to the other, we loved you like a brother. Night falls all around you, forever thankful that we found you.
And there's Car Trouble with The Ride. Very catchy tune. What'd you think, Jim?
I really like this. Boy, it hits, it checks all the boxes for me. Very, got some great kind of punky vibe to it with that great sort of power pop lyric or vocal styling over the top. I love this. During the track, I was just saying, like, I listened to this like several times
Yeah.
after you sent it this morning because I really dug this.
Yeah.
Right up my alley. This is just perfect.
Short and sweet. Yep.
Yeah, definitely hear the Bob Mould influence in there.
And was definitely a radio sounding song.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
you would hear this at the mall. You would hear this, you know, anywhere. And you'd say, oh, there they are. It just has that type of quality.
It is. It's very
sound to
nice.
it.
And I really, when I was listening to it today, I just thought like, man, I just really love the production on this.
Yes.
God, it's
So clean.
so well recorded,
Yeah, it's
and
very,
so well
very,
mixed,
yeah.
perfection.
Oh, yes. So that's Car Trouble. And you say
Thumbs up for Car Trouble.
Car Trouble
All
Music,
right.
Jerry?
CarTroubleMusic.com, and it'll lead you to all their social instead of me just going everything social. But CarTroubleMusic.com, and that'll take you to YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, Apple, Tidal, Instagram.
Cool.
CarTroubleMusic.com, folks, and that'll lead you down to every social they have.
All right.
Yeah, out of Seattle. Thanks, Frank.
Yeah.
Groovy pick. Yeah.
Okay, last episode, Jerry had the classic pick. And why don't you go ahead and talk about that, Jerry?
It's Ted Nugent, State of Shock. I don't know if you guys are big Uncle Ted fans, but for a while there, I bought them every time they came out. So I'm trying to think of the last Ted Nugent. It's probably been quite a while. Probably the one with Wango Tango in it, I'm sorry to say. But I wore this album out back in the day. I liked it. Ted Nugent, State of Shock. Yeah, after he was on top for a while. I'm not sure the year. I want to say late 70s for sure. But State of Shock.
Might be 80, 81.
Might have broken.
Released May of 79.
79. Okay.
So
I thought it was a little later. I wanted to say 80, 81 myself.
I kind of did too, but I remember, I just couldn't remember if it just barely got in before 80 or just barely after it. But
this came out after Scream Dream, right?
I thought it came out before.
They all blended together after.
Well, Weekend Warrior. I'm pretty sure Scream Dream came out after.
I gotta look it up. Yeah, Scream Dream came out after.
Yeah,
after
State of Shock.
Yeah.
In between,
I remember I did 3
Weekend Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Free for All, Weekend Warriors, State of Shock, Scream Dream. I think that's where I stopped. I think I have those 4 and that's it.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a stretch there. He had his formula and he was not.
Yes, he
from
did.
it.
Yep.
I think the surprising track on this album, and you guys will probably agree, is I Want to Tell You, the Beatles cover.
Great version.
Little bit of edge to it, but very true to the original.
Mm-hmm. Great solo too. I love that solo.
Yeah. The rest of it was classic Ted. And I think Charlie Huff was the singer on this one.
Yes.
Charlie Hune.
Hune, there you go.
Oh, Charlie Huff was the knuckleballer from the Dodgers.
Yeah,
he was.
Yes.
No, but when you said Huff,
oh, dang, that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, I know. That's him, Frank. You're right. That's him. No,
now we're in the playoffs.
I think Charlie's doing Foghat now. I think he's singing for Foghat now.
Oh,
yeah, because they're still touring, and I'm like, the drummer's the only one left. What's going on? I think Charlie Hune is lead vocaling for Foghat.
That's okay.
If I'm mistaken. Yeah.
If Charlie Huff is still alive, he's probably
keep rocking, Charlie Huff, and keep them knuckleballs flying.
There you go. All right. So on that album, Jerry, what did you pick as your favorite song?
My favorite is the lead is State of Shock. I just love how that comes in. There we go, Frank.
Yeah.
I just love everything. Yeah.
Now this good riffy song.
Very. Nice. Oh, I love it.
Good tune.
That's awesome. Good job, Frank. Yeah.
Jim, what did you pick for Jerry?
I said Alone.
Okay.
That is way up there because Charlie's singing it. And I think at the time I was going through issues like that. And Jim, I listened to that a lot. That is a good pick for me.
I could see you
very
crashed
good
out
song.
on your bed just listening to that.
Yeah.
Vibing on the lyrics.
Damn her.
Yeah. I think we all did that.
Very good pick though, Jim.
Yeah.
I like that song a lot. That's a very good tune.
Cool.
Well done, Jaime.
And Jim, what did you pick as your favorite song on that album?
I'm guessing you guys are going to guess my favorite. I Want to Tell You. I thought it was just great.
I thought that was right down the middle, pretty easy.
Yeah. I had a feeling you guys would both get it.
All All right, and not a bad pick. Again, a really good
No.
version of that song.
Very good.
I really
that.
liked the version when it came out.
Yeah,
I wasn't a big fan of the rest of the record too much.
right.
I love that solo too.
Now for me, it just don't matter. It don't matter. Yeah. And I'm guessing that neither one of you picked that.
No,
Jerry, what did you pick for me?
it ran through the filters a couple times. I just went safe.
I want to tell you. Okay.
I just went safe. I was like,
yeah.
I think Frank's maybe a little too much of a Beatles purist.
Yeah, you just don't cover the Beatles. You just, yeah,
I've heard you say that before, but
what did you pick for me, Jim?
I thought Ted did a nice job. I picked the lead off track, Paralyzed.
And you know why
it has that Stranglehold ripoff.
But you know why I didn't pick that, and that was up there. The end of it when he goes off to Paralyzed and he just keeps repeating it over and over and over. Ruined the whole song for me.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just a simple little part like that, and it's like, nope, I'm done. But all right, well, that is a definite album to go back and check. Again, if you're a Ted Nugent fan,
About
that
this little
era,
formula. No.
Yep, you won't stray too much from any of those albums from 78 to 81, 82.
Yeah.
And kind of fell off for a while, and then he came back and
Well, he did that Damn Yankees for a bit, right?
Yeah, yep. And again, the funny thing about Damn Yankees is on the first one, I don't think he sings a song until the very last one. It's called Pile Driver,
Wow.
or something like that. And it's a total Ted Nugent song.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, with Blades and
Tommy Shaw.
Yeah, good album. All right. Jim, you have the next pick, and hold on to that. We're going to listen to some more new music right now, and then we'll get to that. Last episode, we didn't have a lot of comments on YouTube, but one person did. His name was Tony Kola.
Yes.
And he said, hey, check out my music. And I did. And so I looked him up, and he had an album come out in 2018, and he is a Chicago punk rocker, and he's a vocalist for a band called Pop Dolly. And he's not a youngster. He's like us. I'd say maybe a little younger than us, maybe. I don't know. But he is a punk rocker through and through. And he put out this album called Afterburn, which was a collection of songs that he had done through the years up until 2018 when the album came out. And I picked a song called Bam, which is short for Bitch and Moan. And it was kind of the mood I was in at the time when I picked it. And so right now I'm going to play for you from Tony Kola from his album Afterburn. And this is Bam.
Bitch and moan on the telephone till you're all alone. All you wanna do is bitch and moan, going on all night and day. You get what you want, but it's not enough. Bury you in stuff, it won't shut you up. You get what you want, but it's not enough, so you always get your way. You can't break your back when you got no spine. I hear you moan and whine, keeping me in line. You can't break your back when you got no spine, but you try to anyway. You keep on kicking and scratching, 'cause that's your work and play. Even when you got what you wanted, that's when I hear you say, all you wanna do is bitch and moan on the telephone till you're all alone. All you wanna do is bitch and moan, going on all night and day. All you wanna do is bitch and moan on the telephone till you're all alone. All you wanna do is bitch and moan, going on wanna do is bitch and moan, going on all night and day. You can't hear me calling, here comes the train. You're watching flames set on the frame. You can't hear me calling, here comes the train, but a dam won't shut you up. All you wanna do is bitch and moan on the telephone till you're all alone. All you wanna do is bitch and moan, going on all night and day. Going on all night and day. Going on all night and day. So you always get your way. Going on all night and day.
And
Nice.
there's Tony Kola with Bam. So you like that, huh, Jerry?
I do. And I like that one lyric. You can't break your back if you got no spine.
Yeah.
I love that. Nice and raw and twangy at the beginning. And I like that. You know, I like that Rickenbacker twang, guys.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Tony. Tony Kola. That's nice. That's real nice.
There you go. Jim, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Well, good for Tony, and maybe not so good for everybody else. I think everybody maybe probably went to somebody immediately that the song reminds.
Could be. Yep.
So a relatable song, right? I think everybody's met
Yep.
the individual, whoever they are. Well done, Tony. I love the way I love his vocal sound.
Yeah,
I like the tone in his voice.
exactly. It was another well-recorded vocal
Yes.
for a punk and a raw sounding punk song. Very constrained and properly placed vocals. I really like that.
Who'd you say he plays with? What was it? Pop Dolly?
Pop Dollies, yeah. So to
I'm
check
gonna
them
have
out.
to go look them up now.
Exactly. So that's Tony Kola, and I wish I had more information, but I was on the late freight and didn't have any communication with him. I saw the message on YouTube and kind of dropped the ball, and then oh god, we have another episode coming up. Better get going. And by that time, it was too late to get any communication back and forth. But well worth
Nice, though.
checking out. Yeah,
Yes.
and he is on Facebook. I did see that and sent a friend request. So we'll see if we get some more music from him as well.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Cool. And I do like that short strat sounding solo. You know,
Yes.
it was just bam,
That's all you need.
couple measures, and you're out, and it served its purpose. And on to the rest of the song. Like that. Okay, last episode we had the riff, name that riff, and
I finally got one.
yeah, you got one.
Oh, this one. I know that whole album you could.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's why I picked it, because I know
Thank you.
you were an April
otherwise I
Wine
would-
fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
when something like this. Right?
Yep.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Now, this next one I'm going to play for episode 97, it's going to be familiar. And unless you're really in tune with it right now, it may take you a while to get it. Or name that riff.
I think I might know where to look,
We try it one more time.
where to search my library.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to look where I think that should be.
And I'm not going to try to pull any tomfoolery with you. This is an artist, not a band. I think
Then that gets rid of who I was thinking.
okay.
What
Well,
I was thinking. Yeah.
I think in the past I may have said, a band when it was an artist, a la Sammy Hagar, but this is an actual artist who put the album out.
Is it that guy Leonard Skinnerd?
Yeah,
Spelled with the Y.
That guy Led Zeppelin?
yeah, his
Yeah.
friend, his friend Pink. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
All right, Jim, you've got some music for us. Why don't you tell us about it?
Okay, so Chelsea Curve at the Chelsea Curve,
Okay.
composed of Linda Pardee on bass and vocals, Tim Gillis on guitar and vocals, and Ron Bellinger on drums. They're a power trio that formed in 2019 in Boston. And I think you guys can probably see where this is going. They started writing, playing out until pandemic comes along.
All right.
Squash.
Puts the kibosh on all the live shows. So did the same thing all the other bands did, right? They start writing, rehearsing, recording. So come 2021, they start releasing singles.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks, or I'm sorry, every 4 weeks over 8-month period. And we've talked about this before, bands that kind of do that, releasing singles.
Mm-hmm.
So started in March, culminated in October of that year, which brings us up to 2022. And in March of this year, they released their debut album on Red Records, titled All the Things, which seems appropriate because it's a collection of all the singles.
Right.
I think like 9 of them total.
Cool.
And with some new songs, brings it up to a 13-track record. Now, did you listen to the song, Frank?
Yes, I did.
You listened to the song. Okay. let me just say this about this. Mod band, mod vibe, power pop. 3 songs on the record just kind of tip over that 3-minute mark.
Right.
I like staying right in that 2.5 minute sweet spot that I love so much. So the song we're going to listen to was the last single that they released. It's called Top It Up. So go ahead, Frank, and drop the needle in the groove.
All right.
Tell me what's going on, what's all happening? All this zooming around, all this running backwards. And if I need to take a break and hide away and stay, the way to spell and stop, stay still, well that's alright, okay. Keep doubling up on all the good stuff, top it up. Keep it up, top it up, hey-oh, 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 hey-oh. There's never enough, you gotta keep it up, top it up. Keep it up, top it up, hey-oh, 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 hey-oh. I'm going home. Tell me what's going on, what's all happening? All this zooming around, all this running backwards. And if I need to take a break and hide away and stay, and wait a spell and stop, stay still, well that's alright, okay. Keep doubling up on all the good stuff, top it up. Keep it up, top it up, hey-oh, 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 hey-oh. There's never enough, you gotta keep it up, top it up. Keep it up, top it up, hey-oh, 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 hey-oh. I'm going home. And if I need to take a break and hide away and stay, wait a spell and stop, stay still, well that's alright, okay. Keep doubling up on all the good stuff, top it up. Keep it up, top it up, hey-oh, 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 hey-oh. There's never enough, you gotta keep it up, top it up. Keep it up, top it up, hey-oh, 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 hey-oh. Not going home.
Chelsea Curve with Top It Up off the album All the Things. What are you guys smiling at? Anyways,
Because I like that tune.
you know, when I was listening to it, because of the cool chord changes and everything, I was thinking if the Mary Tyler Moore Show came out today, that could be like a theme song for
Absolutely.
that.
Or Friends.
Something like that. Yeah, it
Yeah.
had a really happy vibe
Yeah.
to it. Really enjoyed that, Jim.
That was good, Jim.
Yeah, great great lyrical content,
Mhm.
right? Gotta
Yep.
kind of take time to smell the roses and
Right.
That's it.
top
Gotta-
up on the good stuff.
Got to keep
There
it
you
full. That's it. Top it up.
Excellent. All right. And are they on Bandcamp and all the other
Yeah,
places?
I found them on Bandcamp, but I'm assuming you can go to Red on Red Records also and find it there.
Cool.
I'm guessing you can. I know you can stream it anywhere, but for sure purchase on Bandcamp.
All right.
And they have a hard copy CD that's available. Fantastic artwork.
Very nice.
All right.
I like that yellow, gray, and white mod variation. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes.
So, okay, well, there is the Chelsea Curve. Now, moving forward, Jim, you have the classic pick for episode number 98. And you kind of said it, you thought it might be a little controversial for us.
Yeah. I mean, what's up with that?
It's a little controversial because this is sort of held up as the band's worst record.
All right. I'm already liking it.
Right. And it is the Ramones and
All right. End of the century.
the reason I kind of picked this was I turned my coworkers on to the movie Love and Mercy,
Mm-hmm.
and Brian Wilson's big hero was Phil Spector. Phil Spector produced this record,
Right.
and if you heard any of the stories about them recording this record, Phil whipped out a gun in the studio and forced them to stay there and listen to a bunch of his music. And they were freaked out because
Right.
he pulled out a gun and was pointing it around at him. And well, we know how Phil ended up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Like to do that with everybody, apparently.
so like I said, it's kind of held up by a lot of people as like a huge mistake for the band. I think that it was a record that they desperately wanted to hit, which was why they brought in Phil Spector.
Right.
So
Yeah. Well,
see what you guys think of it.
That's right. I'm gonna get into it.
I haven't listened to that probably since it came out. So
Oh, that's a while.
yeah, I'm gonna have to go back
Same
and
here.
refamiliarize myself with it because that was a one and done for me. If I remember, a lot of Ramones albums were for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wasn't a huge Ramones fan per se because they had one or two good songs and then everything else kind of ran together for me. So
Well, you know I'm a big Ramones guy.
I
so-
know, yeah. So this will be interesting because with the Phil Spector,
That is an interesting
ingredient.
twang to it, Jim. Yes, that'll be interesting because I like Ramon tunes, but I think the only one I have is their greatest, is their greatest hits. I don't think I have any single album.
Well, Frank would probably argue that's all you need.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna put my eardrums on this one though, because that Phil
Right.
Spector part of it is quite interesting and intriguing to me, guys. So, in other words, I'm gonna listen to it with the new,
whole different perspective there.
a different perspective on it and listen for it. I'm sure if he pulled a gun on him, I'm sure we're gonna hear it. So
All right. We'll definitely have
Yeah.
to check that out for the next
Yeah.
episode. All right, guys. I was going through some memes and things that I saw online. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but it's a saying that I want to start using at the end of the episode. And it's basically stay fresh, cheese bags. Have you seen the cheese bag? The Stay Fresh cheese bags came out. They're actually a bag for your cheese, but the saying is so cool. Stay fresh, cheese bags.
She's back.
Yeah. Anyways, enough of that. Jerry, you have anything before we get out of here?
yeah, folks, out in conspiracy land, the music's out there. We got Car Trouble, Tony Kola, and the Chelsea Curve, and we have cheese bags. So
Stay fresh.
stay fresh, folks, on conspiracy land. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Drop us a comment at the jfjshow@gmail.com. We're on everything. YouTube, drop a comment. But yeah, thanks for listening, folks. And keep rocking. It's out there. It's out there. Thank you.
All right. Again, we're getting close to episode number 100.
Man,
And I've been
That's
going through
crazy.
my record collection and looking at some of the albums that I have more than one of. And I think I'm going to pick a couple of them and offer them up as a prize or a thank you to a lucky listener. I might even have a Shakin Abe single 45.
There we go. I see
Throw
you
in
have
the
some new
mix.
music out. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So get a few things together, maybe a t-shirt and some different things, a coffee mug or whatever, and try to get a little prize package together
There you go.
for a lucky listener. So something to think about as we inch closer to episode number 100.
My gosh.
Yep. What about you, Jim, before we sign off?
Number one, new Shakin Abe EP. It's great.
Did you give it a listen?
I did. I really like it.
You know why you liked it is because there's no singing on it. It's an instrumental, and I didn't offend your earbuds probably.
No, that's not it.
Well, I got to listen
I
to
noticed
it.
everything stayed around 3 minutes though, which
I
was
kept everything very
Oh,
short.
we can count on Shakin Abe for that. Yeah.
I like them
I
short
especially
too.
loved the lead-off song.
Yeah.
I thought you just well written. I thought the solo over the top was great.
All right.
Awesome.
I really enjoyed it.
I appreciate that.
Outside of that, if you've made it this far and you enjoyed any little bit of this, smash that like button,
Yes.
subscribe, ring that notification bell so you know every 2 weeks or pretty close to it.
Approximately. Yeah.
We'll slide into your inbox.
There you go. That's so cool. Yeah, we're here. Appreciate the comments, feedback.
Thank you.
I also want to say thank you to everybody watching the pick of the day on Facebook. Love the input. Sometimes I think my t-shirts get more attention than
Well, that's why you wear
the
'em.
music.
Come on.
It's
now.
exactly why I wear 'em.
I know. I see some of them. I go, oh boy.
But having fun doing
Love
it.
it.
Keep
That's
up
it.
with that.
That's it, man.
All right. Well, Jim, if there's nothing else, why don't you send us on home?
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
There you go.
Shop's closed.
There you go.
I'm waiting. We will edit this out.
I don't care. He don't care. I don't care.